Hey, this is the final project for covering basically everything we've learned from the start of 6th grade. I honestly put a lot of work into this video and tried my best to make it good, so I hope you enjoy the history of humans and Greece. Now, as a start,
What we do here is go back.
now as most of the people in this class would recognize, this is a Homo habilis, aka an early hominin, which is the first or earliest type of humans that we know of so far.
Actually, the earliest form of humans is an Australopithecus afarensis, so you're kind of wrong there.
Bro, no one asked! Alright, anyway. Now, we need to know how they lived. Because, they can't just order food and then eat it. That wouldn't make sense. So, how did they live? Now, as most of us in this class would remember, that Homo habilis would actually gather or hunt food. Now, as most of us know, that Homo habilis couldn't have a stable food supply since they could only hunt and gather. So if all the animals in that area have died, or there isn't enough berries or plants, then they just have to go somewhere else. Now, as we also know, the Homo habilis was very nomadic, which means they just moved around a lot. What? No food? Okay. Oh, and they mostly lived in caves in the Paleolithic age. And then, like 1 or 2 million years pass by, and then humans start to get smarter and smarter with more evolution going on. And afterwards, the new age, the Neolithic Revolution, is here. Now soon, we notice one thing that changes. That now we know how to farm. We know how to plant crops and have our own stable food supply, so we don't need to move. So what happens then? A lot of people just start living together, and then boom, we have a civilization. Now, what makes this civilization a civilization? Well, first, we need to have jobs. For example, like, oh, hey, I'm good at making baskets, so I'll make those. And like, oh, hey, I'm good at doing this, so I'll just make that. And then afterwards, you're gonna need a government, which is just, something to keep the rules and keep everything in check in the civilization. And third is that you need law. Like, you can't just go and kill someone for no reason, There has to be some rules and limits to be set. And now we need to know where they live. Because, they can't just live in the Sahara Desert and grow crops and plants, You can't even grow stuff there. There's no water at all. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that most civilizations lived in a spot with a lot of fresh water and really good soil. So if a civilization wants to, become a thriving one, it should live next to really good soil and fresh water so they can grow crops and plants to feed each other. Now! It's time for ancient Greece! Now, before we actually start talking about ancient Greece, I just want to say one thing. Thank you, Greek gods, for making Kratos from God of War. I know this isn't related to what I'm doing right now, but I just want to thank Greece for making Kratos from God of War. Alright, now let's get back with the video. Now this is Greece, and in class we learned about two very important civilizations in Greece, aka Sparta and the Athens. Now these two are sort of like a good cop, bad cop type situation. I'll tell you. For example, the Athens are more laid back and have more rules and more freedom, like how they trade with a lot of other ancient civilizations, unlike Sparta, who just grows their own stuff. And Sparta is more strict and actually has more rights for women instead of the Athens, and that they are more of an isolated civilization. Now you might be wondering, why are the Athens so outgoing and why are the Spartans just staying alone? Well, since the Athens are way closer to the ocean, it made them feel like, hey, how about we use boats and just go other places instead of staying here? But since the Spartans had more land, they were like, nah, there's no need to leave. I'll just stay here, isolated in my whole little happy place. Which caused the Spartans to be used to being isolated and not want to interact with other civilizations, unlike the Athens, who are outgoing and always trade with others. Now, alright, you know about the Athens and the Spartans and all of that, but what did Greece accomplish? What's so special about them? First of all, they made democracy, which basically introduced the concept of voting. So instead of the leader's son just being the new leader, people can actually choose who wants to be the new one, which makes it way more fair for others. They also made modern math a thing. So if you don't like math, don't blame your math teacher, blame the Greeks. Alright, the video's over, so now it's time for some fun facts. So, did you know that the Greeks actually made the first true alphabet? It's kind of surprising because, I thought some other civilization would have an actual alphabet. So, looks like the Greeks actually care about toilet hygiene because they have this weird sponge thing called a xylospongium. That sounds really weird, but hey, at least they care about hygiene. Alright, thank you everybody for watching this video. And actually, I lost 2 whole minutes of progress, which actually equaled 2 hours for me. And I also cut my finger while doing this. So you can tell I am really committed to this video. But I hope all of you enjoyed watching this video, and have a great day!